This place is the only place in Las Vegas that has an inverted Rolls Royce at the front entrance. This is the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, and this place opened in 2023 after about a 15-year debacle while it sat dormant, half built, and now it's open as one of the nicest properties in Las Vegas. I'm Party Plan Brian. I book about 75 to 100 groups every single weekend out here in Las Vegas. My cell phone is 702-883-3006. I'm the owner of the Party Plan app, and I can help you get set up here at this place. Let's go in and check this place out. All right, so the check-in process was really smooth. There wasn't any line. There is no mobile check-ins here, which I thought kind of was interesting. Nothing like MGM or even Caesars, okay? They've really tried to make this like a luxury property and give you the luxury feel from the second you walk in. They do have a concierge desk here, which is kind of nice, okay? And then a nice big bell desk over there to put your stuff if you want to, leave your room, and then you got some time to kill before your flight. You got a nice bell desk for that. And they do have like a entry over here for kind of like your suite guests, if you will, higher tier players, etc. And then, one thing that was kind of cool, a lot of the hotels, you have to like scan your room key in the elevator to get up to your room. This place goes, in my opinion, another step further. They kind of have a real person, and they check the room key before they'll let you into the elevator. In the elevator, you just press your button and go up. So they actually have real people at the bases of the elevators to, let you in and keep, policing the rooms, if you will, which I thought was kind of a nice touch. I do like that. All right, I'm just going downstairs to do the full property tour, and I did notice how beautiful the hallway fixtures are and stuff in the elevator area. This little chair, it's got an old school looking phone, just giving it that kind of modern appeal, if you will. It's gonna vintage with modern, and obviously nice fixtures, flower, and really nice lamp, nice view from there as well. So just really cool. The hallways are obviously a newer hotel, 2023. It smells new. Carpeting looks new. The fixtures, it's well lit. It's a well done hotel. This is a very luxury property. All right, we just checked in, and then we came up to the room. Now we're gonna head down and we're gonna go check out the fitness center because it closes at 7 p.m. And then we have a quick stop at the pool. We need to check that out before it closes at 7 p.m. And then we have a spa appointment, which is at 5:45, and we're supposed to be 45 minutes early, but I don't think that's 100%. So we're gonna be a little bit late to the 45 minutes early. We'll probably be there about 20 minutes before, but we're gonna go check that out next. All right, so this is the Fontainebleau gym, and it is freaking awesome. Probably the best gym I've ever seen at a hotel, okay? This place is the real deal. All right, when you actually walk around this place and start looking around at what's in here, it's impressive. I did see weights that go up to 100 as far as the dumbbells go, which is impressive. And there's not just one squat rack like most hotel rooms or hotel gyms have. There's actually 5. Count them, 5 squat racks in this place. I saw 3 over there, 3 in the other room. There's also like a full-on aerobics room here where you can do, stretching and whatnot. I'm sure they have some sort of classes in there. There's actually like a full-on stretching room where they, looks like they're doing like physical therapy and stuff in there. It's actually really cool, some high-tech stuff in there. And of course the gym, there's tons of machines, tons of bikes. Plenty of treadmills and stair climbers and everything you could possibly imagine here. So whole kettlebell area, there's actually a push-pull area over there. And this gym is awesome, okay? If you're coming to the Fontainebleau, this is a perk that no other place in Vegas has anything like this, that's for sure. So if you're into fitness, this is definitely gonna be your hotel. Now, I did ask about the hotel itself, and there isn't any residents in this hotel. It's actually all just hotel guests. But if you wanna come here and just get a day pass, they do offer that for 60 bucks. So if you're a workout buff and you think it's worth the money and you really wanna get a fantastic workout, come over here, pay your 60 bucks and get yourself a great workout. All right, so I just finished a nice couples massage here at the Lapis Spa. We did the Odyssey massage. It was 1 hour each. Total cost was $612. That was the tip included. Now, the Fontainebleau has been very generous with their rewards. I did have a couple $250 spa credits, and then I used points to finish the rest. So technically, didn't pay for anything, but really good rewards program. I'll talk more about that later. But overall, the experience here was awesome. I really enjoyed it. You walk in, it's very nice. You can tell they really did a nice job building this place out. It's deluxe inside. There's like a nice lounge. There's an area where you can sleep. There's a couples pool where you can go in there and kind of chill. Unfortunately, just FYI, if you book this too late in the day, we did this at a 5:45 appointment. It is Easter Sunday, and once we were done with our massage, it was like 10 minutes or so until they were closing. So you didn't really get to enjoy the amenities, if you will. But we did have a really nice massage, so that was cool. But if you want to book earlier in the day, you can actually hang out here as long as you want. You go in the pool, and it's kind of like a hot tub pool, and it's big, it's couples. It's really cool. It's a nice vibe in there. And then you have a nice, relaxing area where you can get some snacks and some waters and stuff like that. And then there's a sleep room, etc. So, I recommend booking a little bit earlier in the day so you can take advantage of all that stuff and really, relax here, if you will. But overall, fantastic experience. Definitely would do that again. All right, so I'm out here at the Oasis pool, which is the Fontainebleau hotel pool. And actually, really nice setup out here. I've never actually been out here. I'm always over there behind me over here at LIV Beach, and I never really come over here. So I finally got a chance to check this place out. Very nice cabanas, and they have like some day beds. They have some water beds over there. And actually, there's a pretty cool little pool. It's back in the corner there. There's actually a lagoon sort of pool, and it's pretty cool. So, and then there's a center bar. They actually have a casino right over here. Looks like there was 3 tables in there, a few people gambling. So you want to come out by the pool, grab a drink at the center bar, get a little action, meet some people, and then go over there and do a little gambling. You got a lagoon pool. You got, looks like 3 massive hotel pools here. Plenty of, lounge chairs around. Looks like those are free to sit on. And then the day beds and the cabanas, obviously, and the water beds, those are reserved. Probably have to do some sort of minimum spend. But overall, the pool's very nice out here. I definitely would give it an A or A+. I actually ran into one of my buddies here. He's a local. He's out here in the center bar. And he's here on a night just with his girl. They got a room, and they're going to do a little content too. And he's just doing a little staycation like we are today. It's pretty awesome. All right, so on the Promenade level, which is the level up from the main level, that's the second story, if you will, there is kind of a promenade level with a bunch of shops and whatnot. So back here's your fitness center as well. I did a little vlog on that earlier. You do have a NutriGym, which is a IV type place, health place. IGK, that is a salon over there. And then Nowhere Lounge, it's kind of like a speakeasy. That is right down that way over here toward the room elevator. And there's a guy in there playing piano. It's pretty loud over there. I can hear the drums and the piano going. It's live music. There's some people in there. There's a Sunday night. It is Easter Sunday, so not traditionally a bigger night. And then you do have a nice Cafe Kuto here, which is a higher end cafe type place, if you will. Not open at night, but morning and afternoons be open. All right, if you come up the elevators from the kind of the main lobby area, you're gonna come up to this kind of promenade level, if you will. We do have a Coco Dolce, which is a chocolate shop. Looks like some high-end chocolate. Rick Owens, which looks like a men's clothing store, and then La Fontaine. This is a French restaurant. Actually, I have a nice prefix menu in here. We might be using some of our packages. So I did talk to the manager the other day, and I'm working on that to get a deal done with them. So might be seeing that show up in some of our brunch packages on the way over to LIV Beach. All right, so behind me is the casino here, and this place has got 42-foot high ceilings. So one of the coolest casinos in all of Vegas in terms of the ceilings. You pretty much don't walk into anywhere that has ceilings like this. This is the coolest thing you'll ever see when it comes to a casino. Now, they do have roughly 1,300 to 1,375 slot machines in here. 140 plus table games. A lot of places to play, so definitely can take advantage of those Fontainebleau rewards. In my opinion, the Fontainebleau has the best rewards program in all of Las Vegas. Okay, I'm a Caesars Diamond Plus, and I thought that was the best, and it's good, don't get me wrong. I'm also an MGM Platinum, and I thought that was pretty good, but it's not as good as Caesars Plus. This place, man, I rack up the points over here. I spend a lot of money. I live in LIV Beach with customers and whatnot, end up doing a lot of packages and stuff, so it ends up adding up pretty quick. And like today, as a fact, I had two $250 spot credits, and I had to use 100 of my points up, and I got that for free. And then I went over to the China Club, $300 bill, aside from the tip, which I gave her $60. That was totally free. And I still have a lot of points left, and I still have another spot credit and another dining credit left. It's I can't even use it all. I'm here today, and maybe I'll use some more the next time I come, but it's really awesome. So casino-wise, this place does have, one of the things I notice about it is that it's not always all that busy, especially if you come down here. It's Easter Sunday, so they have an excuse tonight. But even on a Saturday when they have a John Summit here, sometimes you walk in, it doesn't seem all that busy. You go over to the Palazzo, you go over to the Venetian, and even the Bellagio, for example. On any given night, on a Friday or Saturday especially, it's slammed. You can't hardly get out on a table or a machine. But here, I think it's just because it's so freaking big. There's 44 rooms in here, And, just, so some of the people come here and they're not, maybe they're dining or maybe they're going to other properties. They're not all here. This isn't one of those places where you're going to get a ton of foot traffic up here on the north end of the strip. So, it just doesn't feel like it's that busy in here because it's so massive. But it is, a very nice casino if you want to come up here and do some gambling. They do have the 3-2 blackjack, which is money on the double deck, which is some of the best odds you're going to find in Vegas. And they're really catering to the gamblers up here. So if you guys get your rewards card over there and come over here and gamble, you're going to rack up some points pretty quick, and you're going to be very happy with the purse. So on the Promenade level, they do have a bunch of nice high-end shops like Zimmerman, Alexander Wang. That Hall of Excellence is pretty cool. That's not actually a shop. That's like a museum with a bunch of cool sporting stuff, like Tom Brady's cleats are right there in front. They had the Las Vegas A's trophy there, which is kind of cool. Bunch of really cool stuff inside there, worth checking out if you're into sports and like memorabilia, etc. You're gonna find that in there. So pretty cool. And then over this way on the Promenade level, this is where you're gonna find the famous Komodo, David Gretman's place from Miami. And then and you have like the full food court over here. I'll give you guys a full rundown of that. But a lot of really good restaurants in this place. I think over 30 places to dine in this place, which is amazing for the size of this hotel. All right, so when you come down the guest elevators on the second floor, right next to the Lapis Spa, which, by the way, is the world's largest hotel spa at 55,000 square feet, I believe. And it's pretty awesome. We did that earlier. You got the Moonstone Event Center back here. So you got a 1 and 2. There's 2 Moonstone Event Centers. I've never really heard of them doing events back there, but I'm assuming that's going to be for like private events, weddings type of things. So that is back here and the, on the way back to the rooms on the second story. All right, so behind me here, it's actually called the Water Blue Terrace. Now this is a kind of an event space. They use it for like corporate stuff and whatnot, but there's like a waterfall down there. And I've actually seen this set up with like tables and corporate type stuff down there. And there's several levels of conference space here. If you look over here, you can see this is all conference space, different mezzanine levels and offices, breakout rooms, conference space. This place is really well done when it comes to setting up for conventions and conferences. Obviously, when they built this place, they thought about the convention business very thoroughly, and they built a very nice setup for it here. So if you guys are interested in renting out like this terrace, the Water Blue Terrace, or any one of the multiple floors of mezzanine and convention space and breakout rooms, etc., I'm here to help. So make sure you hit me up. All right, so I just got the skinny on this place, Katina Kona Ramar. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway, this place is apparently a big hit in Mexico City. It's like a really popular, hard to get into place. I just ran into one of my buddies who happened to recognize me, and he was eating here. So this guy Angel, he used to live in LA, now he's here in Henderson. I haven't seen the guy in a long time, but anyway, he was telling me this place is really good. The food was quality. He said about the service wasn't quite as what they're used to in Mexico City, but overall, very high-end luxury Mexican place worth checking out here at the Fontainebleau. All right, I had to whip out my map to figure out all the places up here in the food court. Behind me that's this little bar called Opry's. It's just a little like bar lounge place in the food court. You can have a couple drinks. One thing about this food court that's really nice is you have awesome seating. Okay, all the seats are like padded and nice and upscale. Nice floor, tile. It's just upscale here. It's just very nice. Behind me, you're gonna have Nona's Crab Shack. Okay, that's right there. And actually, yeah, Lobster Shack, sorry. And that's Miami Slice. The whole theme of the Fontainebleau, they originally were in the Miami. Komodo's in Miami, Papi Steaks in Miami, and of course LIV Nightclub, and they don't have a LIV Beach, but LIV Nightclub's in Miami, and you have Miami Slice back here, so that kind of makes sense. And then you got a roadside taco, high-end taco place. Gonna have Capone's award-winning burgers over there, and that looks like a really nice burger joint. I'd probably like to check that place out for lunch sometime. I'm sure it's not cheap, but it's probably really good. And everything on the menu, from what I can tell, looks like it's high-end burgers, and I do like a good burger. All right, there's another restaurant over here kind of in the corner. It's a little bit tucked away. And this is going to be your bagel shop, okay? This is El Bagel. So a bagel shop over here. And then, one thing, like I said, they got like cool like booths. Like check this out. Like they got like actual booths in the food court where you can sit down and actually, let me see, there we go. Booths in the food court. You can actually sit down and have like a cool little bar type dinner, have drinks, have kind of a little hangout, get together in the food court, which you never really think a food court is like that, but this place is definitely like that. And then Barrito here, okay? Barrito is the, I guess, like brother or sister, if you will, of the Ito, which I believe is the Omakase up on the 67th floor here. I think it's a members only type of thing, and you got to have a connection to get up in there, and I might be able to help with that. And you need, it's only 12 seats apparently. They only do a couple seatings a night. and it's around $400 a person. So you're going to pay a lot for a, omakase special event, if you will. And this is, if you want to get some of the similar food, you can get it down here. It's just not going to be the same experience as you're going to have up there on the 67th floor. And then one really cool place over here is this Gym Biotaka. It's a kind of a health and wellness, protein shake, juice bar type place. And you can come over here and you got a nice view of the whole casino from there. Have a nice wellness drink, if you will. Maybe hit the fitness center and come over here, catch some nice views. Really cool place. I'm very impressed with this food court. Probably the nicest one I've ever seen in Las Vegas. Awesome. All right, so the doors to LIV Nightclub are locked tonight. Surprisingly, usually it's never locked every time I've been up here. But anyway, it is Easter Sunday. They are not open tonight, but typically they are open a lot of the Sundays. LIV Nightclub is a very nice nightclub. Of course, the LIV in Miami was the first one. This is, I believe, the second one. And I do a lot of events here. I'm here almost every weekend. I have tables. They have big hitters like John Summit, Dom Dalla. You got Metro Boomin. They had Slander here last night. So they do have a good lineup of DJs here. The talent buyer is really good. And of course, to the right here, you can come up these escalators behind me, and you get to the LIV Nightclub. There's also bank elevators from the center of the casino here. That's one way to get to it. There's another bank of escalators on the other side. But if you're gonna make a right here when you walk in, that's gonna be LIV Beach, also another place. David Guetta on Saturdays here in the spring months, and then it's gonna be John Summit, Dom Dalla, big hitters on every Saturday. On the Fridays and Saturdays, they're gonna have some mid-level guys like Dobronsky, Matroda, Summer Rae's one of their hitters. And place I do book a lot of tables as well. I'm actually really doing well there this year between LIV Beach and LIV. So definitely hit me up if you're looking for bottle service at the one of these two places. My number is 702-883-3006. I'm here to help give you a quote. I can always beat the online pricing, so make sure you hit me up. All right, so this behind me is the Bellevue Theater, and this is a really nice auditorium. I've never actually been in there to see a show, but I do know it's a very nice place. I think they did some NCAA stuff here, where they had like a whole thing set up for March Madness, etc. I think that was in here, and I know they got like Duran Duran coming up, an old school 80s band from the back of the day. I do remember them. And Papi Steak right here. This is one of the more popular steakhouses in Las Vegas, especially for my high-end customers. They have the famous steak case in here. So if you haven't heard of the Papi Steak case, it's $1,000. They bring out this giant tomahawk steak in this steak case, and then they put a brand on it. And they got to do this whole production with the music and all these guys chanting, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So I'll run a little B-roll, show you that. But this is a popular place. So directly behind me, that is the Blue Bar. This is a very awesome chandelier center bar type thing. And you can come over here, have some nice drinks. A lot of times I'll meet my customers here before LIV Beach or LIV. We'll have a couple drinks there. Nice lounge, usually a lot of action. It's not kind of popping tonight because it is Easter. It's kind of quiet tonight, but on a normal Friday, Saturday, it's pretty rocking. Of course, ladies, you're going to love this. That is the Gucci store behind me, and plenty of nice purses in there. I'm sure you guys would enjoy checking those out and getting one of those into your collection, if you will. But this place took a while to get this place open. It wasn't open for the first year and a half, 2 years, and they finally did finish a space, and they got the really nice. It's probably not the biggest Gucci store, but I would say a pretty large Gucci store for a casino. It's very nice. If you're interested in a Gucci purse, it's worth coming up here and checking this one out. So I tried my luck at the really appealing Wheel of Fortune machines behind me here. There's 4 of them, 2.7 million on the progressive. Had to throw a few bucks in there. Anyway, we didn't do so well. 70 bucks, 75 bucks, 80 bucks, I don't know, somewhere on there down the drain. We were up a little bit. We could have actually cashed out with a little profit, but then, obviously that wasn't enough to get us excited. So we got played and lost it all. Wasn't a lot, but we had a little fun. We enjoyed it. Hoping for that Wheel of Fortune spin, but they do have a high limit slot machine right over here. Room, it's pretty big. They also have a high limit gaming room. And fun fact, my developer actually is one of the pit bosses here in the high limit gaming room at the Fontainebleau. He left the Cosmo. He's been over here for a while, and then he does development work for me on the side. So kind of funny. I won't say his name to protect the innocent, but they do have a lot of slot machines in here, a lot of table games. It's a very nice casino, as far as the quality, everything in here just feels luxury. It smells nice. It's always comfortable in here. Even in the dead of summer, it's always nice to walk into this place because it's just so refreshingly cool in here and just smells nice. It is what it is. Make sure you check it out. Come check out the Fontainebleau Casino if you want to do a little bit of gambling, because they do have that fantastic rewards program. All right, so behind me is Mother Wolf. This is a really nice Italian old school food type thing, but meets modern luxury. Very nice place. I've eaten there once. I sent a customer there once, and he really liked it. Highly recommend that place. I think you guys would really like it if you enjoy Italian food. And then right next to that, you can see kind of the red behind me. That is going to be Don's Prime, another very high-end restaurant here in the Fontainebleau. A luxury steakhouse. Expect to pay probably $150 a person minimum. If you're drinking, call it 200. And competes directly with Papi Steak right up the escalator there. But both very nice high-end places. Papi Steak's more of a vibe. This is more like an old-school steakhouse. Both very high-end, both very good steaks, both very luxury. Worth checking out for sure. All right, so this is the main valet for the Fontainebleau. They got a couple unique older cars here. One's kind of got the Fontainebleau on here. I don't know what kind of car that is, honestly. That looks like an old American car, four-door, some other, but it's pretty nice, really unique. Got it roped off so you can kind of get some pictures and whatnot. I'm kind of standing here in the taxi line, so if you guys are coming to get a taxi, this is going to be the main valet. This is off Las Vegas Boulevard right here, okay? Now, just an FYI, kind of a pro tip, if you're coming here and you have the option to get dropped off on the south side off Elvis Presley Drive, it's a lot easier to get in and out on that side, okay? This side can get very congested, especially on the weekends if they got a show going on here. It's a big fight weekend type of thing, Memorial Day, holiday. This area gets really backed up, and it's really tough to get in and out of here. Sometimes it takes 20 minutes just to get into here, okay, from the street. It gets backed up, then you got to go through a bunch of traffic to get up in here, and then it gets backed up to get out of here. So it's inconvenient. And then there's another way to get to the parking garage down at the, I guess that's the east end, and that parking garage is accessible from the south side. So if you're gonna park, use the Elvis Presley entrance and go in on the south side. You'll save yourself a lot of headache, trust me. All right, so one thing you need to know here, this place is so big, they have a north and a south rideshare pickup, okay? This is the north rideshare pickup, and this is where if you drop your car off at the main valet, you're gonna pick it up right here as well, okay? This is gonna be the main valet pickup, and then the rideshare pickup is right here for the north side, okay? If you go out on the south side, there's another valet on that side, and there's another rideshare pickup. So make sure you know which one you're going to. North obviously is north, south obviously south, but kind of a pro tip, make sure you go to the right rideshare. So I did make it all the way over here to the north rideshare just to check it out because I never actually walked over because I have my own car, so I have no reason to ever come over here. But they do have a kind of a pet area here, a little hose to clean things off. You got the doggy bags, a little towel, clean your hands type of thing. And this is your pet relief area out here by the north rideshare. And this is right next to the Sportsbook here. This is a solo lounge. They do have gaming in there, gaming on the bar, which is cool. So this is a nice gaming type lounge right next to the Sportsbook and the tavern, and then the YSL store at the end. I guess that's one of the largest YSLs in the city, maybe in the country, I don't know. But it's a big store. Definitely, if you're into that place, you could definitely check that out. It's for sure worth it. All right, so the Sportsbook at the Fontainebleau is actually right through this door, and then there's a place called the Tavern, which is basically the bar in the middle. They have a fantastic prime rib French dip. I've actually eaten it several times, and it's worth the money. It's a little pricey, but it's fantastic. So if you're near the Sportsbook, make sure you get the prime rib French dip. They do have a lot of screens in there, some good viewing areas for big games. It's high-end, it's upper class. It's not quite as big as like Westgate or Circa or Caesar's Palace, but it's pretty big, and it's very nice. Okay, I would say it's probably the nicest one of all those, but it's not the biggest, but it's very nice in there. I think this was a place where they had that Nacho Gate thing, too, where I think they gave people like a really small plate of like 5 nachos for like $40 or something. They've fixed that problem now. That's not a problem anymore. So you won't see that happen again here. That was a big black eye for this place, but that's no longer happening here anymore. So don't worry about that. Come and get the prime rib French dip at the Sportsbook. It's worth it. And over here, this is the Vita Lounge Cafe, if you will. This is going to be more of a breakfast, lunch type place. It's not open really at night, I don't think. And then right behind me, this was a cool little tequila bar, which they have like karaoke and stuff. I always hear people sing when I'm walking by over to LIV. And it's Azul, which is obviously a tequila bar. And then they also do have this cafe over here, which is open 24 hours. And this is the Ches Bon Bon Cafe here. And I've eaten here several times when I've been hungry in the area. And they have like ice cream. They have some good sandwiches as well. And it's a really nice place. Not terribly priced either. Definitely a good stop if you're hungry late at night. Come over to the Ches Bon Bon. All right, so those are over 30 really good restaurants in this place, and I've eaten at a bunch, including Mother Wolf and Papi Steak, Komodo down in Miami. But this is the China Club, and the food was so good last time, I'm going back. Let's go in and have some China Club. All right, so that concludes another fantastic meal at the China Club. I really enjoyed that. There's a couple things I couldn't even like say that we ordered because I don't even really know how to pronounce them. But the last time I was here, I had these short rib dumplings, and they were like the best things I've ever eaten in a long time. So I was kind of looking forward to those. They don't have them anymore on the menu. They do have the lamb goustine dumpling, and it's like a saffron cognac. Okay, that's what we had. And it was good. It wasn't as good as the short rib one I had. And then the chef gave us like a free sample of the amuse boucher pork and shrimp chamois. I'm not sure how to say that either. So I had to write that down because I didn't know what it was, but it tasted really good. So then I did get the duck. I had the Peking duck because I was looking forward to some duck. I was thinking about Komodo. They got the duck, but they had it here too. Did the tableside presentation, which was awesome. She had the sea bass, which was excellent. We did a young zao fried rice, which was excellent. And then we did this really cool dessert. It was like a mandarin type of thing, and it makes it look like a mandarin orange. And you break into it, it's obviously, a sweet. And it was really tasty, really cool display. Definitely recommend the China Club here if you come to the Fontainebleau. It's the second time we've been here now. Wasn't disappointed. Our meal was not cheap. We didn't have drinks or anything. We had a tea and I had a couple Diet Cokes, and our bill was like $300. But that duck alone was like $130. So it's a presentation. It's worth it. It's supposed to be for two people. I got enough food to have another meal later, so I'm going to definitely have some duck later tonight. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to that. And then they do have this Wynn, I think it's Wynn Sing Potato place. This is also another Asian place. And then they do have a really nice cafe here as well on the main floor of the casino. A lot of really good dining options here. If you come here, make sure you leave a lot of room to eat and spread your vacation out over a few days so you can enjoy a lot of these awesome restaurants. All right, so this is going to be the final stop of my property tour. And there's this giant gold and silver statue here in this massive atrium and this really long escalator that takes you right up to LIV Nightclub and LIV Beach up there on the third floor. It's pretty cool. And I did find out there's, obviously there's another valet here I knew about. This is a South Valet, but I did not know there's a South rideshare pickup down below here. Okay, so if you're gonna get picked up on the South Valet, the South rideshare, you're gonna go down those escalators over there in the corner and take that downstairs, and then there's a whole valet pickup down there. There's a whole rideshare pickup down there. I didn't even know it existed, and I've walked by this place probably 200 times. But I did check that out tonight. The guy gave me a little tour, the valet guy, nice guy. But I mentioned earlier when I was on the North Valet, always park off Elvis Presley here. There's a South Valet entrance and a South parking garage entrance, and it's a lot easier to get in and out of, and it's quick and there's no traffic. On the other side, it's not so good. A lot of traffic, especially on the weekends. Definitely don't deal with that. Park over here if you're driving on the south side off Elvis Presley. I'm gonna go upstairs, give you guys a full room review. Let's go and check out this fantastic king room. All right, so this is gonna be a full room review of the king regular room here at the Fontainebleau. And from what I can tell, this place is about 488 square feet, which is a lot for just a king room. And right here on the room key, it says, luxury has a new home. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think they're probably right because this place is freaking awesome. Anyway, I had an impression of this place. People talk about all the issues with people getting laid off and this and that. But after staying here for a night and experiencing the room and the amenities and everything for myself, this place is a real deal. It's going head to head with the Wynn for sure, and the Bellagio and the high-end places on the Strip for sure. So let's take a quick look around. And I'm sitting here in a very nice, comfortable chair, nice table. Everything's matching down here as far as like the furniture, the fixtures, the colors are just very nice. Very, matching the Fontainebleau theme with the blue and stuff. And, overall really cool. One of the things I really loved was when I walked into the room, it was daytime, and I opened the door and the curtains opened up to me. And then right down there, straight down view, is the Strat. So we had a perfect view of the Strat, which is pretty cool. Definitely something to look at. And just feels really luxury when you walk in. So take a look down here. Can you see down here? This is the carpet, if you will. And the carpet is very, very nice, modern, appealing, in my opinion. A little bit of gray blue tone. And then let's take a look at the bed over here. One thing I did like, everything is just luxury. Okay, the fixtures, the chairs, everything just is high end. The light fixtures, and of course, you got the ball bearing drawers here, and then USB 2 and USB 1. Both there's two sockets here, and then also have two USBs, which is pretty interesting. It's a lot of plug-in places for you. And then you got your lighting panel here, if you will. And then the pillows here. They got this really nice signature Fontainebleau pillow. They do have 4 pillows, and all very high-end, very nice, not lumpy or anything. Very nice pillows and a cool looking headboard. This is like a carpeting type of thing, but a very well done pattern. Looks very nice. Definitely luxury there. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see what this one's a little softer. So we'll go with that one, and then we'll put this in the middle, and let's see how this mattress feels. All right, so yeah, actually, really nice mattress here. It's very comfortable, right amount of firmness, not too hard, not too soft. I could sleep here for an extended period. You can tell it's a newer, nicer mattress, obviously. And then back here, a really cool fixture up there on the wall. It's like a metal, and it's got like a pattern to it. It's just really unique, very cool. I like it. All right, let's take a look at the end of the bed here. I do like the fact that it has the matching bed frame to match the headboard. Nice luxury, not some cheap cover that just covers it. You do have a nice little bench here at the end of the bed. There's a name for these at the end of the bed. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but these are nice. Get ready. You can also unpack your luggage here instead of putting it on the mattress, which is nice. And yeah, it's just nice to tie your shoes, whatever. Over here at the mini bar, we got the old Fontainebleau in pure luxury hotel style in Vegas. Anything you touch on here is probably going to be at least $20. All right, and then down here we have the full mini bar. We got tequila, vodka, rum, some champagne, all your soft drinks and stuff down there. And then what is nice here, they also have a fridge for your own stuff. Okay, so this is a refrigerator down here, and you can actually, keep your stuff cold. It is cold. I checked. It's working. So you got your own stuff you can put in there, and then you have a nice decorative, if you will, couple glasses, couple stirs, some napkins. Basically a bottle opener, corkscrew here, which is pretty nice. Very well done, luxury, of course. Looks very nice. Nice higher end looking ice bucket, nice higher end looking glasses. Couple USBs, old and new, plug for your laptop there, and then ball bearing drawers. Very nice. You also have over here, which I thought was really cool, in our king room, you have the 2 chairs, kind of like your table desk, and then you have actually a nice little love seat here, which is nice. So a little couch to hang out, watch TV if you'd like, have a friend over, and a nice picture behind here. And then, yeah, this almost feels like a suite, even though it's just a king room. And then the other side of the bed is similar light fixture, another panel with 2 plugs, 2 USBs. So plenty of places to plug your stuff in, that's for sure. They thought about that for sure. This is a nice marble top, metal ring around it, and then nice matching wood. Very cool design, very circular, very modern looking. Everything in here just reeks luxury. A door, which is kind of cool, so you could have like adjoining rooms. So if you're interested in booking with us, you can definitely request that for you guys. And then, wow, this is the real deal when it comes to a mirror. Wide enough for me, which I like. And a couple hangers here for your towels if you want. And then, nice, pretty wide walkway here. And the nice modern looking panels. You got the, nice picture, Fontainebleau picture. It's got actually the handles on the front of the Fontainebleau here in the picture. The gold handles that they use when you walk in. It's kind of cool. Let's come into the bathroom. This is obviously the highlight of the room here. So what I do like about this bathroom is that you have a door, and this door opens and closes, so you can do your business in there and keep what you want out of this room, leave it in there. So that's kind of nice. And then a really nice shower here, luxury for sure, thick glass. It doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, but definitely high. And a little ledge here, and then a nice tile floor with a drain in the middle. And then this water pressure was really good, and it got hot right away. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, no complaints there. This is very nice. Well lit too. It's got a nice light up in there. Towel rack here, and then let's take a look at the vanity. Okay, now the vanity has like a pretty cool little thing here. You can kind of adjust like the temperature of the light, which is nice. My hand's a little wet. I love that. And then this marble like divider is just luxury. And then of course you got this mirror here with inlaid lighting, and then you got some recessed lighting underneath, recessed lighting on top. 2 sinks, even though it's one big sink, but it's like 2 faucets, so it's essentially 2 sinks. You got one side for your girlfriend, one side for you to shave, me right here. And down there we have like some racks, hair dryer, a bunch of towels. Very nice fixtures. Everything just looks really nice and modern over here. Let's go over here and check out the tub. All right, so the tub is awesome. Okay, this tub is almost like a freaking hot tub. It's definitely got a nice big fixture, which is kind of the fountain blue on the back there. And then the tub itself has a nice ring around it, which is like a marble ring, and it's deep. And you could literally have like a little hot tub party here with a couple people, maybe even 3 people if you wanted. And you know, it's deep, you can fill it up with water and basically make yourself a nice little hot tub party in a regular king room, which is freaking awesome. So a little towel rack over here, but overall my impression of this hotel, including the bathroom, the room itself, it is really nice, okay? FYI, I did pay for this room on my app. I bought it because it was actually cheaper to buy it on my app and pay the resort fee than booking it on the Fontainebleau site directly. So I think I ended up paying around $100 for the room. The resort fee, they charge tax on the resort fee. That ended up coming out closer to $60, around $60. I think it was about $165 in. And if I would have booked this on the Fontainebleau website, I wouldn't have to pay the resort fee, but it was like $199. So it was actually $30 cheaper to book it on the Party Plan app and then pay the resort fee than actually booking direct. So you always want to check that. Sometimes you can get a little bit better deal on our stuff, and it's worth looking into. All right, I'm gonna take you guys downstairs. I'm gonna go close this thing out with the pros and cons, and let's go check those out. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed my full property tour. I'm actually out here in the front mid-afternoon on the day after the property tour here. And we have a beautiful Rolls Royce out here, inverted. That's an old school one. Some people say that's an eyesore. I think it's pretty cool. Check that out. I like it. Anyway, this place does have a lot of positives and negatives. I'm gonna go over the pros, and there's a lot of pros. So let's go over the list. Number one, they have the Lapis Spa, the largest spa in the world, I believe, as far as hotels go. And this place is fantastic. I really enjoyed my Odyssey massage. Definitely, if you're coming to the Fontainebleau or coming to Vegas even, and you want to check out an awesome spa, give yourself a little bit of time before your massage and a little bit of time after so you can enjoy the benefits. I actually didn't really get to enjoy the spa as much as I wanted to because of the time. I didn't have enough time in the day. It was Easter, and they were closing at I think around 7, and I didn't get done with my massage until about 6:45. So I had like 15 minutes to eat some food and chill. But unfortunately, I couldn't really experience the sauna and the couples pool and stuff with my girl. It is what it is. But make sure you come early. Check that out. Another couple positives for this place. This place is floor-to-ceiling windows in the room, which is really cool. It's awesome views from pretty much both sides. We happen to have a view of the Strat on the one side. If you're staying on the other side, you're going to see the Strip. But either way, it's pretty cool. Like, the view is awesome. I felt like it was well done in terms of the view. And then the room itself was built in 2023, so it's very new, very modern. The fixtures and everything were awesome. The carpet was new, it smelled new. You didn't have to deal with leaky faucets and all kinds of stuff like that you deal with at some of these hotels. And it was very nice. So definitely a luxury property. This place also has over 30 dining options, and every single restaurant in this place is awesome. Even the food court is high end. So if you want to spend a little money and get some quality food, you can get that here. So definitely, if you're a foodie, this is a place for you. You can spend a whole week here and still not eat at every place in the place. So that's pretty cool. They also have 5,500 square feet of convention space. When they did the convention space here, they definitely thought about that ahead of time. I mean, they are right next to the Las Vegas Convention Center over here, and they probably figured they were going to get a lot of people that had corporate stuff that wanted to do an event here, maybe go here for another bigger event type thing, and it's well set up for that. So definitely, if you're looking for a convention space, hit me up. I can definitely help you out with that. Room blocks here, they're usually pretty aggressive on the room blocks here compared to places like the Wynn and some of the Center Strip properties, so I can definitely get you some good deals here as well. All right, now let's talk about the cons, and they're not that many, honestly. Some people could say it's on the north end of the Strip, which kind of is a con in some people's opinion. It is on the north end of the Strip. It is what it is. But if you do want to get on the monorail, it's really not that big of a deal. You can walk out on the south side here on Elvis Presley Drive, walk a block, walk into the west gate. The monorail stops right there. They also have an airport, or they have a Vegas Loop stop here. The Loop entrance is right across the street at the convention center, but you can actually come here and get in one of the Loop cars, the Teslas, and they'll take you into the Loop system. Now, I don't think they connect to the airport here yet, but at some point they will. I know Westgate right down the street connects to the airport. Okay, they're going to be the first ones. I'm sure they're going to connect to the airport here at some point. That's just a matter of time. And so, as far as getting around and getting to places, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. There's always tons of like Ubers and taxis, and it's easy to catch a ride share here. There's a south ride share, there's a north ride share, so just make sure you know which one you're going to. And as far as other negatives go, they do have that resort fee, which is annoying. It ended up coming out to around $60 with the tax. You have to pay the resort fee plus a tax on top of the resort fee. I didn't know they taxed the resort fee, but it is what it is. Vegas has to get their money somehow. So that was kind of annoying. But again, I did book this on the Party Plan app. I ended up booking it for around $100. It was like $62 for the resort fee. And if I were to book the same room through the Fontainebleau website without a resort fee, it would have been over $200. So I saved like almost $50. So I paid for the room myself because it was cheaper. Like, I'm not going to waste my credits, pay more on the Fontainebleau website when I can get it cheaper on my apps. Now, a couple other things that I think are kind of con in my opinion is that pool room. It's kind of a nice, cool lounge, but you have to remember to get in there. So most of the people that come here aren't going to get in there, including me. I don't know anybody there to get in. So unfortunately, I can't even get in that place. I would have liked to go check it out. And then there's that ITO upstairs, which is, I think, a 12-seat omakase thing. I believe you have to be a member for that as well. So getting into that is tough too. Now, I could probably pull some strings and get you into either if I had to. So if you're interested in checking one of those places out, the 12-seat omakase upstairs on the 67th floor, or the poodle room, I can probably make a call and make something happen. But just, it's kind of a downer if you want to come check those places out and you just can't because you're not a member. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my full property tour here of the Fontainebleau Las Vegas. Make sure you like this video, do subscribe to this channel for more, and bang the notifications bell. I'm Party Plan Brian. Make sure you download that Party Plan app. Check out the accommodation prices on there. You can also book bottle service, show tickets, our packages. And we're going to be nationwide at some point here soon. We're going to go live in probably May of 2026, so keep an eye out for everything. It is live now to book hotel rooms, just FYI, but the rest of the app is still getting built in the background. So a lot of work going on, and the developers in the middle of the night. We have a lot of stuff going on, that's for sure. So I've been up late every single night. I'm actually here on Monday because I couldn't finish the vlog last night because it got late. This is what it is. Anyway, make sure you download that Party Plan app. It's a great tool for your bachelor, bachelorette party, group travel, anyone that's coming out here to Las Vegas, or traveling anywhere in the world. If you guys download that app, you can put your full itinerary in there. You can definitely keep track of all your expenses, communicate with your group. It's really handy. You can also check out our accommodation prices, maybe save you a little bit of money. You can get our packages on there. Our packages are kind of exclusive. Nobody else has those in Vegas. We have over 400 or 500 packages we're going to be uploading here in the next month or so. And then we're going to have our bottle service on there. We're also going to have show tickets. We're going to start out with Magic Mike and be adding more later. So definitely check that app out. It's going to be very useful. Download that app. And I'm looking forward to mapping out your Las Vegas game plan. Again, my number is 702-883-3006. Hit me up. Let's map out your Las Vegas game plan and follow me for everything in Las Vegas.